I actually met Brabs in the library, I think it's the William Brown Library in Liverpool, just outside the tunnel. Uh, and he wanted to get James Norwood done first. So I'd actually agreed in principle with Brabs, and he wanted to get, I think he got Norwood, and I think it might have been Richie Sutton. He got them two in first before me. But I think I was one of the first to speak to Brabs, because obviously I knew Brabs for a while. I think he tried to sign me in Luton, Southport. And obviously, once he gave me the call, I was still at Wrexham at the time, and Gary Mills had just come in, and Gary Mills had said he wanted to build a team around me. But then once Brabs gave me a call, and obviously I realised it was Tranmere, it was a no-brainer. I was leaving, even though I loved Wrexham, I loved my time there, and I was there for 5 years. I thought I just couldn't miss this opportunity.
You are one of the few who have played for Wrexham, for Tranmere, and for Chester, which is quite something to have on your CV. And I know from being at those games that there was perhaps no love lost between the fans and yourself at times in those derby matches, but they must have been very fun to play in.
Oh, they were actually brilliant. I can't actually remember me when I was at Chester. I can't actually remember playing against Wrexham. I think Tranmere were in League One at the time. We were in League Two, so I think I was suspended twice when I played against Wrexham, which that doesn't surprise you. And there was actually a story that kept going round. I was actually scared to play against Wrexham for some strange reason when I was at Chester. But then, obviously, funny enough, I ended up at Wrexham and I played against Chester. Can't remember some of the results. And then, obviously, back at Tranmere, we played Wrexham. We played both of them. We played Chester as well, which, again, the fans, they want to do everything they can to get one up on you. So if they can abuse you, if they can put you off your game, they do it. But I love all that. So for me, it was, I relished in it. I remember the one which was on telly, which I actually scored in against Chester. The Cookie scored the late winner, 3-2. That was probably one of the best games in terms of rivalry and the way the game panned out, because we were backs against the ropes, and then we obviously, Lois went off early doors. We got the dubious penalty, and then obviously we won. I actually come on because Lois come off. I weren't starting, but again, that was a great game. But that was the rivalry, the derby, so to say, which was unbelievable. And being on the telly and scoring was even better.
I think Lee Dixon says that the Chester Wrexham derby is one of the most underrated in how much vitriol and kind of hurt the two teams feel if they end up on the wrong side of it, and just how much it means to those two cities. Can you kind of talk about those three derbies, having played in all of them, as to which is the one that you felt the most? Tranmere Wrexham, Wrexham Chester, and Tranmere Chester?
Well, there was one which really sticks out to me. But when I was at Wrexham, we played Chester at the Diva Stadium, and it was I don't know what it was, because we wore special tops for the Gresford anniversary, the miners' disaster, which was I think it was 70 or 80 years. I think it might have been. It was an anniversary of it, and we done a minute silence. So this is before the game, sold out, minute silence, and as we're doing the minute silence, next minute the Chester fans start chanting. I think it was Taffy's in a box or something like that in the minute silence. Wow, it just erupted. They wanted to kill each other, and then obviously we went and played the game. Can't remember the result, but that just took the emphasis off the whole game. But in terms of rivalry between two fans, it was, if there weren't police there, it would have been a bloodbath. It was so disrespectful from the Chester fans in terms of what they did, which I disagree with. But the rivalry there was really hatred there. That was one of the not nice games to play in, that one.
I think there's a clip of that match that does the round on social media.
Yeah, I think that the bootlegger does it, doesn't he?
That's the one, yeah.
yeah. Wow, that was a crazy game, yeah. But again, because the Wrexham Tranmere one, because we were both doing well at the time, and the two big clubs that carry a big following. So again, the atmosphere was more intense with more people. So I remember the one at Wrexham, I think we drew 2-2. Richie Sutton scored. That was crazy. There was one at home, I think we actually got beat 1-0. Wedgbury got sent off. Again, that was another one. But I'd say that the Wrexham Chester one away at Chester, that was probably the worst I've played in. But in terms of atmosphere for a good game, the Wrexham Tranmere ones were incredible.